You've just entered the True Addict Let's Be Honest podcast, starting in 1, 2, 3.
Scoupe.
We back again, baby. True Addict Let's Be Honest. I got my man Joe Mafia in the building.
No doubt, man. Joe Mafia from the Wu-Syndicate. I want to shout out my brothers, Maya Lansky and Napoleon. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you, Scoupe, for having me, bro.
Come on, man. You know what time it is, man. This is what we do. You know what I mean?
Let's get to it.
So look, check this out, right? The people know who you are, right?
Yeah.
You know, I heard talks about you. I heard this and that. I heard you writing music for other people. I see shit, this and this and that. Yeah. What's really good, man?
I mean, it's really about, you being a fellow industry person, you know, director, you know what I'm saying? With me being an artist, it's like being that I, you know, came from early era, 99, 2000, whatever. It's like, in these new days and times, you just got to figure out how to reinvent yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
All the time.
But my passion, though, and I know you can relate to this, it's like that's the only thing that keeps me, like, you know, just being able to create. You understand what I'm saying?
Talk.
Like, your thoughts or ideas. So, for now, it's like, I mean, it's a couple of little projects. The last project I had with my Wu-Syndicate brethren was the Illustrious joint. And we supposed to be having something coming up, but the deal that's on the table is like, you know, with the pandemic and all that, it kind of shut everything down. You know what I'm saying?
True story.
So yeah, we just waiting for things to free back up. But in the meantime, I'm dealing with my own production company, and you know, I'm just writing and laying it down.
Do your thing, man.
You know
I mean, see, the proof is in the pudding. I see it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
I'm asking, but I see it. You know,
I appreciate
the thing
that.
about I realize about what you've done and coming from back in the days and seeing the stuff that you have built on and being part of Wu-Tang and being a solo artist and writing for other people and you know it's a big job. You know, it's a big job. You know, and sometimes the people don't understand what it takes to get there and the trials and tribulations that you've been through. You know, coming from the street mentality.
Right.
And trying to make it corporate. Come on, elaborate on that a little bit.
Okay.
What does it really take?
We can damn. This is what we just alike. Matter of fact, and probably a lot of people that's watching this. It's like you got to differentiate, like, cause dealing with this business, this industry thing is so diverse. You know what I'm saying? Whereas from the grain we cut from, the cloth we cut from being from the streets, you know what I mean, doing what we used to do. I ain't trying to incriminate nobody. Scoupe.
Listen, them days far behind
you know
me,
what
man.
I'm saying? Yeah,
far behind me.
But that mindset ain't. You understand? So I say that to say this though. I say that to say that it comes to applying those same techniques that we had to the new you know what's going on as far as this industry, because you got to deal with people and ABS. You got to deal with snakes, a lot of undermining things. But at the end of the day, you got to remember it's just business. So you got to put your love in your back pocket. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you can't come to a meeting expecting somebody to give you what you don't negotiate. You understand what I'm saying? Like how out here it's like, you know, I'm sitting in the car with somebody and I'm like, yo man, look, I need this, hit me with that, boom, boom, boom. Industry don't work like that. The industry is more so like, all right, I'm gonna give you this, but what you gonna give me? And all that is our intellectual property, man. You know, like your movies, your scripts, your books, like my rhymes, the hooks, the music, you know, just my likeness on certain things. So I take in consideration that the transition it won't easy, because I had to go through a lot of errors to learn what not to do.
True story.
And that's But
it's like being in the street too. You know, like when we came up, you know, like you had to be, you know, the student before you became the teacher, and you had to do what you had to do to get there, and you might have to slide across somebody to get to where you at. Some people done it in a positive way, some people done it in a negative way. It's just like the industry. And by us having this conversation, like when I came in the industry, I came from the streets hustling to acting, which was a totally different territory to me.
Right then.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I went into acting and I went to acting school and stuff, like, you know what, let me boom, boom, boom. Like, these were strangers to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they asked me to play a drug dealer. I'm like, nigga, I am a drug dealer. You get what I'm saying? Real talk. So it was kind of like trying to come into a place where they would pay me for going to a studio and doing a show. Right. And I'm getting this money, but it ain't enough money. If I'm making, $2,000 or $3,000 a day in the streets, and they hand you a check for $1,100, you feel like you're wasting your time. But not understanding, you learn the craft, you learn the skill. Just like when you was in the street,
right.
You might be selling 50 blocks, but you learn how to sell 50 blocks. You learn how to cut the coat. You learn how to cook it. You're learning all that stuff. So it's the same thing with the industry. Then when you finally get in front of those people where they doing the contract, you say, this is my intellectual property. It's my dope. You get what I'm saying?
Basically,
So I have this dope. What you are gonna get me for it? I know it's a gram. I want $50. They say we gonna only give you 30. Well, shit, 30 ain't enough. So you end up in that back and forth in the industry where they trying to give you a contract for 100,000, and you say you want 300,000. It's the same mentality.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different by that is that threat of going to jail or getting killed. So therefore, once you get in the industry and you get in front of an executive that's offering you $100,000, be like, damn, I can get this. I ain't got to go back in the streets no more. I ain't got to hustle. That's where they trick you at. That's where you got to get your business sense at. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that. That's why a lot of rappers got bad contracts back in them days.
Yeah, you're right.
You get what I'm saying? Because most of the rappers back then was dudes that probably had been in the street or been associated with the streets, and they was just glad to get anything.
They was just glad to be legit. You know what I mean?
Legit, period. Even though they ain't getting but $20 for the $50 piece. You get what I'm saying?
Not even
they wouldn't have never went for that in the streets. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with the threat.
That's why I say that, man. This industry, that's the only way somebody could play me, man. This industry, because they can backdoor you with that. Not to cut you off though, brother. You know what I'm saying?
No, you go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's like it's because you know what you ain't going on dealing like mano to mano. You understand what I'm saying? But when you start dealing with that industry, you got to start talking to lawyers. You got to talk to managers. You got to holler at artists.
It's a lot of hands.
You got to holler at publishing companies. You got to holler at promoters. You got to holler at show distributors. You know, all this
it's a lot of
type
hands.
stuff. Yeah.
It's a lot of hands.
And it's things that you not necessarily as even in your field, with you just being a director. You hands on with a lot of your things, but it's certain things that
I can't do.
I
gotta reach out for.
And
I gotta go through the process. Just like with Netflix, like I'm still fighting, to get documentaries up there, and like they sending you to a distributor. You can't even. They don't even want to deal with you directly.
That's going on with music.
Yeah, but people don't know that. It's tough out here. So when people see me, they see me out and they see me doing film or I'm posting something about film. They take it lightly because they fans and they sit back and they watching. Right. But they don't understand the things that I'm going through daily. Trying to get projects out, trying to get projects built, like negotiating contracts with doing documentaries for other people, trying to get a check in. Like it's a lot of work, and everybody can't do it because the things that I do, plenty of people will stop in the middle somewhere because it's just too much frustration, there's too much going on, and they don't understand. Only hustlers can continue to do it. It's the mentality.
You're gonna finish.
It's like, I gotta get this package. Yeah. Hey, man, you gotta come to Queens. When I used to go to Queens when I was young. Hey, man, you gotta come to Queens to get this. Customers waiting. You gotta go to Queens. The risk has tripled because then you gotta travel and come back with it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the same thing with this industry. Like you almost there, and it's a lot of struggles and trials and tribulations, but you gotta go get it to come back with it, or it stops. And you gotta have that mentality for that. You gotta have that go hard, get it mentality. And a lot of people don't understand that.
You just described Virginia in a nutshell, yo. I'm gonna tell you something my uncle told me. Rest in peace. He was like, if you want to know how people move wherever you at, I don't care where you go, like around the world, watch how the traffic move. And you can determine the body language of the people because of how the traffic move, right? Now watch this. People in VA I don't know if you know. I'm quite sure you done been through this. You on the interstate, you about to get off on the exit. It's somebody trying to race you to get there because they don't know how to merge. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whole problem with Virginia. It's that me stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's that me. We going to the same place, but why you got to get there first? You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You see me trying to get over. I got my turn sitting on and everything, but something is driving you to make sure I don't get to that destination before you do. And that's how this whole industry thing is, because anybody that's somebody from here, even including you had to go away from here to go get it.
I had to go away. I had to be everywhere.
You know
New York, DC, everywhere. I had to be everywhere to try to put myself in a position to be able to connect with people. Because you got to think about it. Like, even though I might be from a certain area, but people might know me from hustling and getting money, which is fine. I don't take nothing I've done back. But when you go somewhere strange, people respect you for what you tell them or what you bring them. So when I might go to New York to do a show, they looking at me like a professional actor. They not looking at me in the terms of a street hustler. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, by me being a hustler, I get to work that. I understand that. I know that. I know they looking at me like so I'm promoting that. Oh yeah, Mr. McLaurin, yeah, we got you on such and such, such and such. We want you on the show, this and this and this. Yeah, yeah, I've done plenty of shows, this and that. I don't go into what I really do. I ain't going into like, nigga, I got to get back because I got a nigga waiting on a half a thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm promoting that, and people don't understand that. When you go, you get the respect that you call for when you go outside of the rim. I don't care what you do in your hometown. Yeah. They ain't gonna give you the respect because they looking at you like, oh, this is such and such. Joe, he bought an airplane. Oh yeah, that nigga work at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Joe, he bought a boat. Oh yeah, I seen that nigga at East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Man. Because they comfortable with you being there. They can't handle you being here, so they comfortable with you being there. So therefore, in their mind, they got to promote that to another person. They might be promoting that, like a dude might say, well, I seen Joe, man, in New York, man, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, man, I seen that nigga last week at Exxon. Man. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Because they have to kill that. Yeah. Because they want, not only are they comfortable with you being on this level, they want everybody else to think that you're on this level because it makes them feel comfortable that you're not accomplishing more than what they're accomplishing. And even though you can, they still kill your name. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because even if I say, you know what, Joe man doing X, Y, Z and X, Y, and Z. Oh, for real? Oh, word? Yeah, I just loaned that nigga $20 last week. What? You get what I'm saying? And it's natural. It's just about the hometown thing. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, you know. But you gotta overcome it.
It's sad, man, because I really feel like the only reason why we do that is so us as you know, successful people in our own fields just try to connect back to people and actually get them the reality that they can do the same thing. So we come around, we show them a little bit. I ain't gonna show you everything. I'll never show you everything, but me coming around is like honestly with like everything you done up until this point. Who's ever in school right now, you know, little interns or whatever, they know they can put out books, they can put out movies. You understand what I'm saying?
I promote that.
And with somebody like seeing somebody like me or Napoleon or Maya Lansky, like all us from these destitute areas where you actually got to say, yo, that nigga made it. Like from being outside on the streets to being on TV. Like TV was what? Like TV, you get the TV, like, man, I got TV. Like being for it to not even be like something you look at like that's something. Cause in your head, you rather have that to be able to bring and present it to, you know, the people that's beside you. Like, come back here. Okay, you got the movie, but you gonna be back around here. Like, look, man, y'all can do this. You can do this.
Real talk.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, this ain't nothing you sitting around thinking about in your fucking head. I mean, in your head that you can't do it. And I'm like, yo, this music, nigga. Like, you sitting here, you writing these words and you snapping on these beats or whatever. It's prominent people around here, but don't go. It ain't gotta necessarily be my path. But you gotta have that same drive, and you gotta know. You got to go away to get it, yo.
And that's what I understand. And like I said, to bubble that up, My thing is, man, you also got, like, everybody can't have it. You got to have a drive.
And everybody can't go with you.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Everybody can't go
Nigga,
with you either.
if what I done depended on what I thought, what people thought about me or whatever, I would have been stopped doing this a long time ago. Because I not do other shit. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Shit,
you know, but the thing about the love for this, like, I invest. You know I invest. You know,
you gotta invest in yourself. You gotta pay yourself first.
Exactly. I'm investing. You know what I'm saying? So if I didn't love what I do, the film industry and directing and stuff like that, I would have been stopped doing a long time, because if you have a thought of that somebody else thought, you don't have nothing to do with what somebody else think about you. I always tell people that, like, that nigga think this about you, that ain't your business to even think about, because you are who you are and you got to move forward with that. But if I did take in consideration everything that people thought about me, I wouldn't be here today, because it takes a certain drive. Like, nigga, I'm gonna be the biggest fucking film director, producer in the world. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be the motherfucking Amazon of the film business. You get what I'm saying? And that's the drive that keeps you going.
Yeah.
That keeps you going. If it could be 1,000 motherfuckers out right now outside the studio, like, oh, you ain't shit, blah blah, this and this and this and that. That's free advertisement for me. That's how I look at shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
ain't
Who
no
you talking
bad-
about?
ain't no bad
Who you talking
publicity.
about?
Right.
Who you talking about?
Why
oh,
my
me?
name in your
Who you
mouth?
talking
You know
about?
what
Me?
I'm saying?
You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I try to promote that to people. Be like, you know what? Either they talking about you bad, they talking about you good. That's all positive. They ain't talking about you at all. Then you got a problem.
I actually had COVID.
So
man.
what
You know
happened
what I
when you
mean?
went through it? Tell me what happened.
I mean, it was wild, man. Because
Did you get sick?
I got sick, yo. I'm gonna tell you, right? Because it was like it was a real journey. It was like my ex I used to deal with. She was a essential worker. She used to work in the hospitals and all that, and she was real adamant, like right after the COVID thing hit, like about changing her clothing, doing this, washing her hands, sanitizing, gloves, masks, woo, 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 doing the same thing. But in my head, I'm just like, man, hey, whatever, man. You gonna have me around here like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just be shook. I mean, I don't really deal with people no way, but don't make me feel like every time I go outside it's outbreak, right? So for me to go from that to like a couple of months later to I got sick. And I'm the type of person, I don't know if you know, I ain't really had a whole bunch of that. I ain't never had no flu shot, none of that. You understand what I'm saying? We old school. Like, I ain't, my parents won't sign me up for stuff like that. And I come from a Muslim background. So the thing is, I got dog sick, but I get sick like that at least once a year. And I consider it to be something like the flu.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Wait, once a year, I'm talking about get sick. I was laid down, I was messed up, man. I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I ain't had no appetite. I kept using the bathroom. And see, I got bronchitis real bad too. But I really won't have no respiratory issues as far as I know. So like maybe like 2 weeks later, like after that, I ended up being around somebody that actually had it. And so I ended up getting tested. And then when I got tested, I was like, wow, that I had it. But at that point, I didn't feel like I had it. But then too, because when I got sick and how long ago it was, I was like, what? How long had I had it? You understand what I'm saying? Well, I had to quarantine for the 14 days. And I was just, it was really a reality check to me, man. Because I'm like, I'm seeing people dying. You understand what I'm saying? Like, family members, like everybody, man, like rest in peace to Coley, rest in peace to Sleep, rest in peace to Dominique Lundy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people.
Rest in peace to Von Roski. Like, we lost a lot of people, yo. And I seen like it hit more than close to home. And then even like with me and my situation having the COVID, I know 5 people personally that was in the same circle that all us had COVID. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, it's really real. So where I'm at right now is with the school. It's like, honestly, if I ain't got to be around nobody, I really ain't trying to kick it with people. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing for the Super Bowl, my nigga. Like, it's on the fence where I want to be around people.
But you experienced it, but I get it though, because you experienced it.
Yeah,
it's different from somebody not experiencing it. Like myself, I haven't experienced it, so
I hope you never do, bro.
But see, my barber, he went through it. You know, and you said back pain and all this and that. Like that shit was.
But that's your
shit was
kidneys,
real.
though.
Yeah,
That's your kidneys.
Yeah,
man.
so shit was real. So you know, but you know, what do you think about far as taking the shot? You know, a lot of black people really against taking that shot.
I mean, my whole stance is on it is that I ain't never had a shot for shit. You understand what I'm saying? Besides the tetanus shot when I got shot, whatever. But outside of that, I never had no type of vaccine, bro.
So hold on, but you trying to
my
fly
life.
past when you got
You
shot?
know what I'm saying?
You can't just fly past when you got shot. Look at this dude. He just flying past. He got shot. Like, what you talking about, man? What happened with that, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Just dumb doing something stupid, man. Trying to go get something that won't there and caught something that I wasn't supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing was I ain't even know. You know what I mean? My man, I'm looking at my man. My man will bleed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the whole time I'm like, damn, my pants wet. Like everything wet. Something wet. I'm like, what's going on? Look down and shit. My whole side of my joint red. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he in the hospital. I'm in the hospital. He in one room. I'm in the other room. And I end up going in and out. I ended up going out. For real, I don't know if it was because of loss of blood or whatever.
Yeah.
It might have just been an adrenaline, you know what I'm saying? Cause we was on our shit. We was drunk all up, trying to actually handle some real business that.
So it was some beef business.
Nah, it wasn't even beef. It was just being shysty, man. It was some dumb knucklehead.
Okay, people don't know that you have been shot before. They don't know that, you know. And it's some. It's.
I got hit at the Union Hall too, man. Fucking around with had a show there at the Union Hall, matter of fact, man. And dudes got the busing from across the street and the cleaners or whatever. I got hit in the leg that night, ended up going to my man. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Patched it up. I ain't even end up going to the hospital. It was like a straight through joint, but I ain't even know I was hit because I'm trying to like mediate the joint. It happened from a show. I had a show, and it was matter of fact, Huntersville, people. You know what I'm saying? All of them. You know what I'm saying? It was some of they people that was up in there, and it was a couple of people from the hood that was up in there, and I got up on the mic. Matter of fact, DJ Total Rep was DJing, and I got up on the mic, started rhyming, whatever, doing my thing. And then P-Town dudes in there would just start talking, just started yelling and talking crazy, like, yo, fuck, Suffolk, blah, this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, nigga, what? I was like, y'all, man, y'all, and y'all here. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, you know what, man? I ain't even on that tight time. So I'm sitting here trying to talk to my niggas. Because, my Lansky, that's my nigga. That's my brother.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? He from Portsmouth. We passed that P-Town Suffolk bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But I seen that's what was going on in the joint. So I'm telling, matter of fact, he probably still locked up from that bullshit, man. But yeah, I'm telling them niggas, little niggas in there, they got the little hammers and everything. I was like, look, fuck that. We here to get up out of here. This shit about to get wild. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody was going downstairs. Niggas just started busting across the street. Boom, 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 boom. Now, mind you, know where the Union Hall is.
Yeah.
So you remember where the cleaners?
Yeah, around the corner.
We going around to the back, to the laundromat instead of going around the side, because then it was something right there. It was a barbershop right beside the Union Hall that was to the left. But for some reason, I ain't go to the left. We went around it because I think we was parked on the far end and, in the parking lot behind the laundromat. Yeah. I think we was on this side. So instead of me going this way, we went this way. We ended up going up that way. Niggas got the busing and all that shit. And that shit just went through, just went through my jeans or whatever. So we get in the joint. I get in the van or whatever. Drive, we get to the crib. I go in the bathroom. I look in the bathroom. I got a hole in my jeans, right? I'm tripping. I'm looking at my jeans. I'm like, yo, the fuck? And I look, I got a whole gash in my knee. Like, yo, and blood, my sock red, shit all on my shoe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo. So I dumped alcohol on it, whatever, boom, boom, boom. And she heard me in there hollering. I poured the alcohol. I was like, look, it's burnt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when she come in there, she was like, you okay, son? You know, that's how she talk. You okay, son? I said, yeah, Mom, I'm all right. I'm holding my leg. I don't know what's going on, right? Mm-hmm. So then I come out the joint, tied little something around it, man. I want to say it was I want to say I ripped a piece of my shirt and tied it around there just to keep it from going in there and put toilet paper on it. Put a big ball of like toilet paper up on it, wrapped it, tied it up, and all this and that. And I was like, yo, man, I think I got hit, blah, 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 blah. It was like, yeah, niggas was shooting at that van or whatever, this and that, but blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, man, but look, man, I let him even see it.
Damn, that's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, he was like, yo, this and that. But then I was like, man, whatever, man. I definitely want to go to the hospital or whatever, you know, because at the time I was on probation and all this and that, and I just ain't want to get in it. It's
damn shame, man, what a black man got to go through, man. Black man can't even get help from getting shot. Like, real talk, man. They got the system set up for that shit, man. Black man can't even get shot and get help.
You all the way correct with that, bro.
They got that shit set up pretty.
But in my head, it was like that was the right thing for me to. Because it wasn't feasible for me. It was like, damn, man, I get shot now. I'm going to have to describe this.
Yeah, you get shot, you ain't going to jail. Yeah, exactly.
What? They going to place me? Where was you at? And who had a gun around you? And all this and that. I'm like, nah.
Now you got to become a snitch on top of this. It's just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing worse than being a snitch. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to go through this bullshit. Hey, you know what I mean? But like I said, people, you know, people don't understand. Like, you know, with yourself, like the era we grew up in, like we was quiet about shit. You know, like we was talking about.
Key, though.
We was quiet about shit, you know what I'm saying? We was always, you know, we didn't take a lot of pictures, you know, like we ain't posting in front of cars and stuff like that, because we thinking feds, we niggas from the streets, you know. In my days, you know, hustling, that was like a given, like, nigga, don't be taking no picture of me and shit. The goddamn feds gonna be on me, you know, because niggas, like the feds was getting pictures of niggas, and niggas was wondering, like, yo, where the fuck these pictures come from?
Scoupe, niggas was on fire, man.
But it was like, yo, where these pictures coming from? You know what I'm saying? So niggas was really against taking pictures and doing all that stuff back in them days, you know what I mean? So it's just come from the mentality of us trying to make money and trying to stay low key. But then again, let's think about it for real. Let's talk about it for real. How in the hell you gonna be low key? You don't want to take a picture, but you ride around in a $50,000 car. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was really,
you know, it's like, you know, we flossed in this shit. But like I said, we didn't know. We trying to be one way and another way at the same time. The two ways don't go together. You get what I'm saying?
They don't.
And that was our generation, you know what I mean? But, you know, we still done as much as we could to abide by the old schools, you know, because we had
principles,
a hierarchy when we came in to where the old niggas done the shit. We was trying to invite that into our shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we ain't really know how to do it because we still wanted to be known for getting money. So it was, you know, just one of those things. But you know, we done a lot of shit in our days, man. You know.
This is the thing though. I can say right from where niggas that came from to where we at now, my nigga. It's like it's almost like you couldn't have told me this, man. Like, because when we was younger and hustling and doing what we was doing in the streets, we couldn't see past the mob. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we couldn't even see the mob. It was just the day. It was about right now and later.
And what's going on? And what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, man. But see, that's the thing. It's wild because I just not too long ago said this shit, right? I was like, I said, yo, I can't obligate myself to nothing. Like, I'd be like, well, what's the day? Yeah, your day Monday. And you asking me to do something on Saturday. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing tomorrow. But see, that's my mentality.
But hold on. Let me piggyback on that. That's the way I am too. Like I may be kicking it with somebody. They be like, such Saturday. I'd be like, I don't know. But I break it down every time. I say, look, I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. But if I'm not tied up Saturday, we might can do that. You get what I'm saying? We might can do that because I live by, and see that come from, I'm gonna be honest with you, it come from how we was brought up, dude. Because we never know what tomorrow is gonna bring. You know what I mean? So you can't schedule shit for me such and such time. Now you might can schedule it for me, but I can't guarantee you that
I'm gonna be
there. The 3rd of March at 6:00. You get what I'm saying? That I'm gonna be available. You get what I'm saying?
That I'm gonna be obligated.
Real talk. You know what I mean? And then they get upset and get mad because of that. You know, depending on who it is they're talking to you, and then it becomes a situation. You know, because It's the lifestyle. Most people got regular minds. They got regular lives. They got regular mentalities.
Yeah.
I don't have that. You get what I'm
I
saying?
never had
My
that.
mentality is like,
I never had
tomorrow I'm gonna be on, the Steve Harvey show selling 10 million books. You get what I'm saying? That's my mentality. Like that's
a reality.
That's what I'm
Right.
obligating to. You get what I'm saying? And when I say that to an average person, that shit like cartoons to them. You get what I'm saying?
It's
like,
oh yeah, it's so far away.
They're like, anyway, look, we want a grocery store. You get what I'm saying? Like they ignore that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You know.
And that's just reality. But that's what separates successful people. I mean, you look at Jeff Bezos. He's worth $189 billion. He's the richest man in the world. But he was working at McDonald's, started at zero, and said he was going to do X, Y, and Z before he started Amazon selling books online. People still looked at him like, yeah, you selling books online. That's old people shit. Yeah. Man, he's the richest man in the world. So therefore, from him starting here to there, nobody's going to be able to see that but him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And where he's at right now. So, so basically what I'm saying is like you can never put yourself in the same category as average people, because then we wouldn't have innovators and goal breakers and stand-up makers. We wouldn't have these people if everybody was the same.
That's dope.
And that's what we are. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. We have to do it, and we have to create these standards and make these things happen so the next person come along and say, you know what, I can do that. And there might be 1 out of 10,000 that say, hey, I seen Joe Moff do this and this and that. Wu-Tang, now he writing songs for everybody. He nigga doing this and this and that. I want to do this. 1 out of 1,000. That's the person you aspire. That's the person who's going to be the next trend center and stand-up maker because he's seen you. It ain't going to be the other 999. You get what I'm saying?
Like,
it's going to be him. So you got to keep going for him. You got to keep going for that one person. Sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes it's a little heavy, because you still trying to live and enjoy a good life. And sometimes people want to relate and say, you know what, I'm going to just go do this and do that because I know I can make $5,000 a week in this. But at the same time,
that's short term.
But at the same time, your dream's so big, your dream's so heavy on you. You get what I'm saying? That you say, yeah, I can do that. But that ain't me living. That's me dead. That's me in my grave before my grave time. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got to do music. I got to write. I got to do film directing. I got to do producing. I got to do this because this is my life. People put stuff on a monetary value. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. People live their lives and everything
monetize everything.
Everything has to be monetized. Everything they do is on a monetary value system. We don't have that. Because if we did, Joe probably own half of Suffolk right now, real estate, whatever this is that, because that's where the money at. You get what I'm saying? But that ain't living.
Right.
That's just providing income to be able to say, I can support and build and make stuff. That ain't living because Joe is music. What is Joe?
You know what a lot of things we do to those Scoupe, and I think it worked out in a positive way, because for a lot of others, they not here now to talk about it. It's either you passionate about it or you desperate. It's all the desperation. A lot of things that we did because we I ain't gonna say we was necessarily greedy like we needed or wanted for anything outside of just being able to maintain like the image or whatever. But once we started understanding like what our idealisms was before we lost our innocence is what we always revert back to, and that's what keeps us in the game, because we never forget that we love this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing this shit for you. I'm doing this shit for me because this keeps me grounded or sane. You understand what I'm saying? And then the byproduct of that is to be able to touch all these different people and had all these different outlets and opportunities and entities that's just involved in what you as a person or as your brand. But what I'm saying is we learned that out of just being so in search of trying to find what the fulfillment was going to be. And that's why I say desperation. You understand what I'm saying? Because what we was doing for the meantime, it was fulfilling for them. But like you say, like, I don't know, I can't tell you. You understand what I'm saying? We wouldn't even know we're going to make it to the crib. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's like with this right here, we don't monetize this because it ain't never too late to be great. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no expiration date on great. I don't give a damn if you do it when you 13, you do it when you 65.
So look, man. So what's the difference, man? and these new cats in this music thing, man. Because like I was telling you, like we grew up on hustling and selling drugs. Most of these new cats grew up on using drugs. That's the type of music that was being promoted.
Man, it's real deep rooted because too, and this might even segue into where we were talking about we was gonna talk about our black queens or whatever, but a lot of these dudes that's in the industry right now, and we gotta understand these little dudes is like 19, 20, 21,
Yeah.
22, like even outside of my kids, like I got kids, I can't sit there and try to talk to them and be relatable as far as what's going on at the time in their mind because I'm older than them. But when I was their age, I would have had the mindset to have that conversation.
But our parents didn't understand us when we was coming up either.
Exactly. And that's why I don't want to seem like I'm the disgruntled old man. But at the same time, too, Scoupe, we dealing with a lot of dudes that was raised by single mothers, man.
True story.
And
we gotta relate to that.
They tend to be emotional and flying off the deep end, and they not logical. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why when we try to talk to them, it seemed like we beating on a dead horse. But see, we was the last generation of principles and morals. It's like now it's cool. Like they got all this gender identity stuff, and
man,
that's can relate
crazy.
To what you.
That's crazy.
And see the
and
thing
it's allowed.
But the thing is, right? We was the last generation. Say you had two, and I said this previously before. Say you got two grandparents or whatever. They might don't deal with each other, but they'll have separate bedrooms, but they'll be in the same house.
They the morals.
That's the morals. They
like, not to leave these kids.
We not gonna leave these kids. We ain't got to be together.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna separate.
Exactly. We gonna be a front. You understand what I'm saying?
True story.
So what I think is, and it's the derivative that these kids are so forced to feel like they need to be the man of the house because they never seen a man around. And then they understanding is you trying to talk to them, you talking down on them. Like, fuck you old nigga. And, just blatant disrespect. Whereas all you trying to do is figure the lingo out so you can even have dialogue with them. You just want to really, I'm talking about, I even find myself doing that with my own son sometime on some old, I had to get beside myself because he's of that generation. And I can't look at him like, even though he's a part of me, it's parts of me in him, but he's his own man. He's his own entity. Like he has his own thoughts, his own ideals and all this and that. So in my mind, as being a modern parent, I'm like, yo, you know what? Some things I understand you're gonna have to learn on your own, but if I can show you that brick wall before you get to it, just try to hit me out.
True story.
You understand what I'm saying? Because we had to learn certain things too.
True story.
So with these youngers now, I just feel like they need to stop trying to be so assertive as far as somebody trying to get them direction, and we as older people need to stop doing what our older people did to us.
Exactly. We need to relate to them more and be able to to have dialogue with them. Then, like our parents, they be like, "You better do X, Y, Z, and this is it."
Yeah, we like
this was it. So we gonna rebel. So with everything going on with the Pentagon and they doing this and this and that, that was like the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They would have shot them at the corner store. It wouldn't have been a question, niggas would have been dead. It is what it is. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the fence about it because
you on the fence about Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, but not saying that they not really for the cause. I get that, but a lot of our movements, like we had from previous people that you mentioned, like Malcolm X and even the Bloods and the Crips, it was a like a grassroots movement. Whereas we got people that I'm feeling like, and this ain't offend nobody. I got LGBT.
But be real though,
I got LGBT.
Hey, be real. This
people in my family
this true addict,
or whatever.
Man.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
I'm being honest.
Let's be real.
I'm keeping it in the band. It's like they don't fight as hard for civil rights as they do for their rights.
Okay.
If that man, because I don't get why, if this is supposed to be something that's predominantly about black people, which is supposed to be like the biggest movement since anything we done had, but they keep connecting it with the rainbow.
So let me interrupt you so I can be clear.
Okay.
I want to be clear on this.
Okay.
So you basically saying like, and I can relate to it. For that what is the LGBTQ? They shut shit down for that. They fucking counsel motherfuckers.
Nigga.
Motherfuckers lose shows.
Nigga.
You say anything about them, they shut shit down.
But we get shot down.
But for civil rights,
you ain't no bill getting passed. Police getting paid leaves.
and you can say anything about black people that's trying to make it better for their kids and their livelihood, and motherfuckers don't get counseled and shut down and shit like that.
I really feel like they turning it into a media frenzy versus legislation and bills and certain things getting passed. Like the presence that we've been having as far as them goes, I gotta applaud it. Like everywhere where things been wrong or certain people was done some type of injustice, they the first ones on the set, they the first ones on the scene. But it also seems like to me like as soon as these families get a settlement or something, we don't hear their names no more. You understand what I'm saying? It's like even with Trayvon Martin moms and just so many others, man. It's like Freddie Gray situation in Baltimore, the Eric Gardner. Like I can run down all the names. Yusuf Hawkins. We can take it back.
But let me play
that.
devil's advocate real quick. Okay. So now I understand what you're saying. But you understand this is a media thing, right? It's about the media. It's what they present. Because these people, because I'm in the film and television and I'm into media and stuff like that.
So you got insight on
that.
that.
So they still working in their respective towns, and when they still doing stuff. It's just that the media has gotten off of that. Media changed. They might got a settlement or whatever for 10, 15 million. But I know, and not to mention the name, one of the families that
we speaking on.
Yeah, that won the settlement. They donated damn near the whole near check for the movement, like straight up. You get what I'm saying?
For the BLM.
Yeah, exactly. They to the movement because you gotta understand they lost people. People died.
Yeah.
People gone. Now you can't. Now we can't be mad at some of the families if they take a little money and they go buy a little beans or something like this.
I get
but
that.
It's the media. Listen, what I'm telling you, it's the media, Joe. It's the media. The media cover what they want to cover. If Trayvon Martin mother had her own media company, you wouldn't be like it'd still be going on. You'll see it, but she don't have her own media company. The media go after what they think is going to be a hot topic for the moment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I get what you're saying. But I think Black Lives Matter is doing good because who else is going to do it? Now, say they wasn't doing nothing or anything.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that because they presence, not to cut you off. Their presence is definitely felt. It's definitely felt, and my thing is, it's like looking at it. I'm just looking at it like, boom. Let's take it back to like Kaepernick, right?
Man, they ruined him.
Listen, they ruined him, and that's all he was taking a stand for a couple of years later. Then we got basketball players with the jerseys on, and I'm like, yo, why he not he was the spearhead for that.
Power,
you know what I'm saying?
Power, and it's money in politics, and it's power.
They need to let him. You know what? Well, the only reason why I'm really on the fence though, Scoupe, because I know you definitely the media. You know what I mean? My thing is, if that's really for us. Don't make it. Don't keep. I don't care about the rainbow coalition and the flag and all that. Just if we really about black people, just leave it like that. Because I promise you, it's like so many rights get passed for that other community, whereas we can't. We can't even we need to rewrite the Constitution. It's like
because if laws get changed, because laws have to get changed for it to really affect the black community. No matter how we march, and I get it, I'm with you. I know why you're on the fence. That's why I asked you that. I wanted you to explain to me. Because if laws don't get changed, then we really ain't doing nothing. I don't care
That's what I'm saying.
how many checks people get. I don't care how many movements they do.
Legislation, man.
If we don't get into a position where we able to get laws changed, then it's the same. The same black kid gonna get killed in the back of a car because he got his cell phone in his hand because that law has not been changed because they're not holding them accountable.
Right.
When somebody's being held accountable, if you're a police officer and you know that they have a law that you can't pull out your gun and shoot into an occupied building, you get what I'm saying? Or a car, or you're gonna do life in prison. That's the law. It's changed. So now he knows that. But long as he know that he can use what's already in place to be like, hey, that guy, I thought he had a gun in his hand. You get what I'm saying? They just shot a guy in his garage with his phone.
When things like that happen, and just being a parent, me personally, it's like we want to be the protectors. We want to do this and that. So with an organization that's out here that's really, supposed to be really, really for the people, it's like I don't know. They need to have more presence on things than what I'm seeing in entertainment. It's like I need to go out. I need to go out the doors of your building and see, I have never. Anytime I ever seen them, I seen them on TV. You understand what I'm saying? But every time they show up to what was going on where they did the police station, the last joint where the dude got killed, where George Floyd got killed at.
Yeah.
Yeah, they show mass presence on things like that, but then it's like, why do things like that have to happen in order for us to maintain that presence? That's all I'm saying.
And I understand what you're saying directly, but and I'm gonna be honest with you from my understanding. It's all a power and a struggle play. So the thing about it is like it's something like just like the Willie Lynch letter, Like why if no let's say nothing goes on, nobody gets shot, nobody gets hurt, whatever. Black people go on about their lives, because I'm trying to have more than you, you trying to have more than me, and they get it stuck there. And you can hold like the Willie Lynch letter. He say for 1,000 years. He said for 1,000.
They imported him.
Listen.
They imported him.
But
listen.
He said 1,000 years. You don't have to do anything else. He said y'all killing your slaves and stuff. Y'all killing merchandise. Yeah, y'all kill. He say do this, and you won't have to say anything to them or do anything to them for 1,000 years because it's in there. We do it to each other now. Once you implant this, and we do it because before me, you, and 10 other guys get together and say, you know what, we're gonna start real estate, right? We're gonna buy one house. So everybody sign their name. We don't even need no money. We got 5 people with decent credit
and land
and by the end of that, we'll have 50 houses between 5 people. Now we're in real estate. Now everybody's family's taken care of. They don't want that shit. See, this was designed to not have that because it's all about politics and power. Money is good to have, but the money for white people is power. Like if I can get all of this, because either I can buy you or I can make you feel less than me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's what money do. They don't give a shit. They've been having money. They've been going through. They own how you own the earth, and God made it. Who sold this land to you?
You.
They took it, but they want to tell you that's illegal. You can't do that. That's the latter, man. You get what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying and why you're on the fence. And but at the same time, until we actually do something, like say if we created some organization that was doing it 24/7, like you see it, and but we might not make the media because it's people that's doing this.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna make the media because you gotta understand this media is still owned by them. Yeah, I might go out and film it, but you can't get it on my tube. You can't get it on CNN. Right. You can't get it. You might go out and film it.
I can't get you on Ted Turner Network nowhere.
They control that. You get what I'm saying?
Bloomberg.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until the only time they allow stuff that we do to be on these major networks or whatever is when there's an outrage. And they want to be a part of it.
The only reason why I feel like Scoupe though is they got a green light with and I get what you're saying with the media controlling and all this and that. It's just what they present, yo, because they just on Martin Luther King's birthday, and I don't even know if that was a BLM had somebody twerking at the Martin Luther King at the monument in DC on Martin Luther King birthday. You understand what I'm saying? And to me, that was just disrespect. Just like the get the booty to the polls, you know, and even to go into my genre, you know, with the music, like they had a little freestyle joint, man, between my dudes from URL and whatnot, Charlie Clips and his opponent or whatever, and they was rapping about the election, like freestyle. It's like it's so many ways that we could choose to have that exposure, but the way that they present it to us has basically just been the same. You understand? It's like I'm thinking with the power that BLM has, especially financially, or matter of fact, just with media presence. You understand what I'm saying? Just start just dealing with all fronts. Like, don't go for the you know what the big coverage is, and something just happened here, everybody move there, because now they looking like the new NAACP to me, like the ambulance chasers or whatever. Let them be around here with, you know, little dude just got murked in front of the store or something. You know, I was supposed to drove in the town. They used to
basically say they only covering big coverage.
You understand?
Yeah, they only cover big. They want to be seen, so they only gonna follow what's big. But then at the same time, you know, it's you know, now I'm right here with you because I understand.
Why I'm on the fence.
Yeah, because the simple fact is that they jumping on Black Lives Matter and they doing stuff opposed to a white man doing something to a black person, but they not basically covering like y'all black niggas need to stop killing each other. Like, not like we matter, but we got to stop killing each other at the same time. So I get it why you're on the fence. But then, like I say, my thing is that the reason why I support that movement, whatever, because somebody got to do something. Because just say if we had the president of Black Lives Matter right here and we expressed that to him, we on the fence, we think this and this and that. They say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just stop doing it then. You know, cause y'all hold on, cause y'all feel that way because I can't control the media. Like I told you, like the media's controlled by the big boys. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So since y'all feel that way and y'all feel like we only jumping on stuff that's gonna make news, you right. And we just gonna stop doing it. So then what happens? You get what I'm saying? Cause you know, it's the same reason is that
we need their presence though.
Exactly. It's the same reason is that if you're doing your music and somebody like we was talking about earlier, you're doing your music, whatever, and you got all these haters out here, whatever. And really, they want you to stop. They don't want Joe to be a spearhead. They don't want you to be on TV. They don't want you to write music. They don't want you to probably would take. And if the first 3 people that said something about you negative and you stop doing it, that would be the end of Joe Mafia. And them 3 people will be happy. And the other 6 people that was going to do it don't even have to do it anymore. Like, they got it. They shut them down. Same thing. You look at it in that light. Yeah. Somebody got, because nothing's perfect, Joe. Nothing's ever going to be perfect.
I get that.
It's a cost for everything. Nothing, I don't care what type of movement it is, it's never going to be. It's so many movements that we had back in the days, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X stuff was going inside. Look what Malcolm X and Brother Muhammad, what they went through. You see what Malcolm X went through. He found something inside of the Muslim thing, and he separated himself from it because nothing's perfect. But if everybody just stopped, because they say, you know what? All right, you right, man. You know what? You right. We could have done this thing. We're going to just cut it out. Now, nothing's happening. So I look at it in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand not everything is going to have its ups and downs. It's a balance of life. It's a balance of life.
You're right. I'm a Libra, too, so I understand that.
Yeah, it's a balance of life, man. Somebody got to do something. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I get it. I get it. I just, you know, I just wish they had more of a local presence than maybe, you know.
And you know what they'll say to us right now? Okay, y'all there. Real talk. Let's be real. That's what they'll say.
I ain't wearing no rainbow shirt though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So anyway, so we gonna wrap this up, man, because this has been love. But look, the people need to know, man, what you got coming out, man, what you doing.
Okay.
What's Joe Mafia doing? The people need to know, man.
Well, right now, currently, me and my brother, My Lansky, we just put out a project called Underworld King. Y'all check out for that. I got a new joint called 88, about to drop in like another month or whatever. Be available on all platforms, and I'm coming up with my own website. And I'm about to shoot this little mini movie with Scoupe You know what I'm
Come on,
saying?
man. You know, man.
And I just
Biggest movie y'all ever seen. You don't worry about it.
I just want to
Don't worry about it. Just wait on it. You know what I'm saying?
I want to give a shout out to the C-listers. I want to give a shout out to Writers Block Management, Brada. I want to give a shout out to my brother Mine Lansky, my brother Napoleon, DMP. You understand? The Lumberjacks. Just everybody, man. Like we just really trying to do some things, and like I said, 220 was the year of vision, but 221 is the year of provision, which means progress, provide, proceed, be progressive. You know what I'm saying? Do things that you ain't had time to do before, that you put your eyes and your sights on, and just make them manifest so you can see them. You know what I mean? And with anybody that's involved, is each one teach one. You understand what I'm saying? I don't get no brighter light on my candle trying to dim yours. Peace. This is Joe Mafia from the Wu-Syndicate, right here on True Addict, Let's Be Honest podcast. You understand? Me and my nigga Scoupe, True Addict. Peace.
I feel come short on 1/4 and you might get killed. Long clip, fully auto is what I reveal. Keep your nostrils out my business and your mental on your dope. I deliver for them digits, taking trips on 64. Will I make it to 1 million? Man, I guess I never know. Just as sure as shit stink, I'm still investing in that blow. So I try to keep hope alive. Hard as how I go for mine. Fucking indictment, nigga. I'm going for they show me mine. Perk connects in LA. You can say it's Kobe time. Throwing them up for 3. I'm on the Ginobili grind. Kill him for 4 quarters. Bury him in overtime. No need for commentators. This deserves a storyline. Move like money man. Daytime dollar signs. Third power prodigy. I'ma need all of mine. Chill. We making late night deals. And playing with my money, that's a reason to kill. Things you do on your